Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining us on our Mindful Monday. Couldn't think what day it is then. So we've got a really special guest this evening. We've got Anna Betts from Cosmic Tarot with us this evening. And Anna is she's the intuitive heart behind Cosmic Tarot. She offers heartfelt, grounded guidance through astrology and tarot. With over 20 years of experience, Anna helps clients understand the cosmic influences shaping their lives, empowering them to make aligned, conscious choices. Anna's readings combine astrological insights with tarot symbolism to bring clarity, reassurance, and a sense of purpose, especially during times of transition or uncertainty. So whether it's navigating love, career, or soul path decisions, Anna's sessions are known for being accurate, compassionate, and deeply affirming. So Anna, it's so lovely to have you with us this evening. Thank you so much. How are you?
I am brilliant. Thanks a lot for having me. Once again, please accept my apologies for my voice. I'm full of cold, but I couldn't miss it for the world. So I am here with you. And yeah, really looking forward to having a great time.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get started? Because you are psychic. When did that kind of thing, when was it discovered for you?
To be honest with you, I think people who have this sixth sense, it's always in you. But I think consciously, I probably started realizing it at my teens. I wouldn't exactly say when, like 14, 15. When I knew there is something else to this world than what we see and what we can feel and touch. So, but to start with, I was always fascinated by the sky. I was a stargazer. I learned, even when I was a kid, everything about constellations, planets. So actually, I started this path more from the scientific view. And then it just grew on me, and I studied a lot of like legends and myths of ancient Greece. And then I realized that if you sort of have spirit in you and esoteric nature, I suppose, ancient people did it before. And I was thinking, oh, you know what? I really, really would like to learn astrology. So astrology probably was my first path. And then one day I came to a bookstore to buy another astrological book, and I saw a tarot deck Rider Waite with High Priestess on the cover, and I thought, you know what, I want it. So I just grabbed it off the shelf. I heard of it, and that was 26 years ago. And that's how my tarot path started. And then along the line, uh, based on my experience, practice, and loads of studies. I still study, I still attend master classes, I teach as well. I still learn. It's a never ending journey. I don't think a lifetime of a human being is enough to learn about astrology and tarot. And the world evolves, we evolve. And the cards slightly start take different meanings. We discover new planets, and it's just so exciting because it's not it's a very it's one of the sciences that never stops. It's not algebra, that's it. It's there is a lot to it, and obviously using the intuition and the gift, I suppose. I am where I am, and I really love doing what I'm doing, helping people, because that's all about it, helping people. And I do it probably slightly different to some other practitioners, but I know that two ancient fantastic tools, astrology and tarot, combined together will give you massive insights about yourself, about people around you, and will give a very precise divination answers, which are not a setting stone. It's a piece of advice, which, if used correctly, can actually really alter your life. And I've been there myself. I've been on this journey. I'm still on this journey. And I just know it works.
That's
So
amazing. Now we're meeting today on the 5th of May 2025. So is there an astrological significance to this 5-5? A lot of people talk about like a 5-5 portal of energy. Do you do anything like that?
to be honest with you, no, because the 5th of May is the 5th of May. It's the second decan of Taurus in my head. Obviously, yes, the only big events I take into account if the strong planets change signs, if there are eclipses, but playing with numerology, I think sometimes, I'll be very honest, for me, it's a bit of marketing, but that is strictly my view, and I simply do not use it in my practice.
Oh, I see. Because a lot of people think 5 is about change and things like that. So today might be a good day for change. It's that kind of thing. But
Every day is a good day for change. You'll be
exactly.
surprised. So honestly, if the change is on your path,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Tell us, have there been any kind of major events in your mystical wellness journey that really shaped the work that you do and kind of how you pulled everything together to become the tarot and astro reader that
To be
you are?
honest with you, I really studied a lot. I'm a person who learned tarot from the very, very source. I spent times in British Library reading Golden Dawn, all documents in original. I read the Book of Thoth by Aleister Crowley. I'm a very sort of English tarot school because it works for me. I work with these bases. I understand how it forms and why Golden Dawn went that way. So, to be honest with you, I studied and studied. The amount of literature I learned is unbelievable. So, I will be honest with you, I know there are fantastic practitioners who are intuitive readers, but I'm a true believer. If you really want to get there, you need to know the foundation. And for me, this foundation is the Golden Dawn, Rider-Waite, Aleister Crowley, and sort of other great magicians and esoteric professors who actually did spend years on developing what they've developed. Let's look at Rider-Waite deck, the most used deck ever, and that means a lot. So you need to understand the principles. With astrology as well, I graduated from various schools. Some are better than others, but it's trial and error, Julie. So, sometimes you start and you think, oh, no, that's so not for me. And then enhance your knowledge all the time. And of course, it's practice and working with customers and working with myself, because some practitioners don't do readings for themselves. I do. So because I know it works. So, and I also use it as a spiritual development path for myself. For example, one of the big spreads I do, it's called the solar tarot spread, which is like the solar astrological reading, which you do once a year around your birthday. And it looks at all 12 spheres of your life using astrological houses. And you see where you are now, where you are likely to be in the next 12 months. So you already know what needs to be tweaked, where the danger is, where the strong points are. So I don't just do it for others, I also do it for myself as well. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I do study a lot, I do practice a lot. So, and
This
that's
is
my.
why I could never really get into tarot or astrology. It's just too much work. It's too much
It
work.
is. Believe you me, it is. And people who are interested, and if you really want to do tarot and you see in 3 weeks you will be a tarot reader, it's not true. So,
Because I've been trying tarot for 20 years. And
just
astrology,
memorizing
I
what
with
the
it.
card means, it's not reading cards. It's
Yes.
there is so much more depth to it, and it's very hard work. Yeah.
Okay, so how are we going to do the readings this evening? How does this work?
Well, first of all, let me just explain using these real examples how it works. And it will be very interesting to see what people think and if it resonates in any shape or form. So, first of all, I'll bore you a little bit. I know a lot of you know tarot, but let me just slightly talk about astrology. Everybody's afraid of it because they think, oh God, I don't understand it. What does this Venus in Libra mean? Ah, no, you know what next. So I'll try and bring some very basic principles today, which will help us in our session. Let's think of the planets. All of the planets, they have their own energy in our solar system. They obviously affect our Earth and they affect us as human beings living on this Earth. Every planet has unique energy and unique qualities, and it affects us, each of us. So let's think of it as our inner character or inner hero. Okay, so I'll give some examples. I won't talk about all of them. We'll look at people's natal charts. But for example, the Venus is your inner lady. The moon is your inner child. Mars is your inner warrior. And all of these characters live inside you, okay? At this moment in time, we don't know, are they good? Are they bad? Are they quick? Are they slow? Are they aggressive? Are they placid? We don't know. So we have these 10 characters, 10 planets, and we have 12 zodiac signs. So each of our character and hero has got certain characteristics of a zodiac sign. And that's exactly what we will look today. So we'll look at your natal chart ruler, one planet, because every chart has got the main planet that rules your chart, depending on the zodiac sign you were born. And then we will look at the characteristics of this planet, your inner character, which will tell you how you dealing with the situations normally in your life, or if you're not, maybe how you should be dealing to avoid problems. And then I will try and explain it using the tarot cards. Okay? So let's just start, and it will all come together, believe you me. Okay, so out of 7 people I have 3 Scorpios here. I've got Emma. Emma's here, yeah. I've got Julie, yourself, and I've got Joanne. Do we have Joanne? Yeah, okay. So all 3 of you are Scorpios. So obviously you share something. So let's start with what you share, 3 of you, and how it is explained in tarot cards. Okay. As you know, tarot cards are split in major arcana, which are like universal principles, and they are fantastic to describe this planet. We have minor arcana that normally depict the situations that happen to us. And we have the court cards, which is our personality, how we deal with other people. Okay, so now we have 3 beautiful Scorpios. And the ruler planet of Scorpio is Pluto. Okay, so Pluto is one of the newest planets, and it was only sort of in the scheme of things only recently discovered. And if you remember, I told you our inner character. So what's Pluto? Well, Pluto is our inner force, our nuclear force. Pluto will always tell you, looking at your chart, how you deal with crisis, how you go through transformation, how actually you understand your own spirituality, how you overcome difficulties, and how you power others. So Now speaking in tarot language, in tarot, Pluto is high priestess. Some tarologists say it's a moon. No, the moon is underneath her feet. She's not stepping on herself. And when this association of high priestess and the moon was invented, that was ages ago. Pluto didn't even exist then. So for me, high priestess is this inner energy, nuclear force in us, and that is our subconsciousness. So all three of you have got your archetype, the main one of high priestess. So all of you have intuition. All of you have got this absolutely fantastic sixth sense, and probably also Pluto, as we talk about transformation. Another card for Pluto is the death. Death always transforms us. We go from one end to another, normally through crisis, pain, and we leave past behind. So now, so what's different? So not now we will try and dress up our high priestess according to the zodiac sign your Pluto is in. So let's start with Emma. Emma, so your high priestess is in Virgo. Virgo is a very earthly sign. So your priestess is actually quite rational. She is very careful. She deals with or tries to deal with crises in a very structured manner and quite pedantically. Your high priestess won't have an explosion, a nuclear plant. Even with a crisis, when you have this situation, you will try and apply these Virgo rational qualities to this crisis and transformation. Or if you are not using it in your life, that's what you should be doing, okay? Because that is your natural path, okay? Also in astrology, so we have planets, they're our characters or things we do. We have zodiac signs which tell us how we do things, yeah, in what way, like Virgo way. But also we have astrological houses. It means what spheres of life that is most applicable. So Emma, your Pluto in Virgo is in your 12th house. The 12th house is the house of mystery. And actually you find the way to bring order to disorder. So psychology and spirituality are probably two key things in your life. If that's not your profession, that's probably what you should look into, because that should come to you naturally, since you are not afraid to drive to this depth of your own psycho and psycho of other people, but not in a destructive manner. Your high priestess is in order. She is very, very well behaved. She is not letting that nuclear energy out of this unknown out. Okay? So let's now dress up Joanne's high priestess.
Oh, that was spot on for Emma, by the way.
Right, good. As I said, when we finish, it will be interesting to have some sort of back feedback. I mean, if that resonates with you and actually if it makes sense. Or if immediately it doesn't make sense, just shout, Anna, can you please repeat? Okay, please. Okay. Well, Joanne is quite unique. And Joanne, when I looked at your natal chart, I actually even wanted to ask for permission to, if that's okay, obviously without using names, to use it in one of my studies, because I've never seen such a chart in my life. It's quite unique in a very good way.
Oh, wow.
But how shall I put it? It's very rare when all the planets of a person only sit in 3 zodiac signs. They're all together. You have a party. You have a planet party in your chart. And they all obviously very close, and they have very good relationships. But also what's unique about you... when planets, actually, I forgot to say, when planets go to zodiac signs, they are like people. When they're at home, they feel at ease. When they go to see I don't know, their ex to pick up children, they hate it, and so on and so forth. So we can feel at ease, we can feel comfy. So Pluto in Virgo, it's in a neutral position. It's neither bad nor good. It's all right. But Pluto in Scorpio, it's Pluto's home. So Joe's, your Pluto is at home, and that gives it very big. Your high priestess actually can be fantastically emotional. Your subconsciousness must be massive. So you are one of these people, you need to listen to your high priestess, because mainly she's telling, not even telling you, it's not the words, it's our deep, deep subconscious. You basically, it's like a mystical iceberg with so much hidden beneath that transformations for you should be easy peasy, no matter how hard they are for other people. You are a born psychic. If you haven't developed it, I think you should look into that very carefully, because you were born like that. Basically, it was given to you on a plate. So if you are not using it, you really need to see why and how to enhance it. So the only thing that's missing, because can you imagine, sometimes your high priestess can get way too emotional and emotions can overflow. And that's when this nuclear power really turns nuclear. What you need to be very careful about is not to let them overpower you. Otherwise, it will be destructive. You can distract yourself and you can distract others around you, because your power is way too big and it can be like a Hurricane Katrina. Okay. However, if you try and get it under control and still sit between these two columns without letting it out too much, I think, to be honest with you, you got it. Because your intense inner transformations are mainly triggered by solitude or crisis. But remember what I said, you can deal with it definitely. So you're quite gifted. So yeah, it's probably you are in the right circle. Okay, so that's Joe's high priestess. And now, Julia, let's dress yours. Well, yours is in Libra. Yours is very harmonious and balanced. Okay, so you basically what happens here, transformation and balance sometimes don't go together, as you can imagine. So it's like being a diplomat with a chainsaw. Okay. So you are trying to be a diplomat, but your high priestess and your transformation situations are basically saying, you know what, I know I have to change. So it's finding, yes, it's finding that Libra balance, but still transform yourself. But I think if you get it right, you are one of this person, you come into a room and you can sort of shift the energy. And if the energy in the room is unbalanced, your priestess is bringing this balance to the room. Okay, so we have three high priestesses, and can you see how different all three of them are? And that's what I mean by planets, zodiac signs, and astrological houses. Sorry, by the way, Joe, your Pluto is also in the 12th house. So you have combination Scorpio, Pluto, 12th house, all mystical connection, and, psychic and esoteric path should be your path. Julia, yours is in the first. Again, first house in astrology, it's your personality. It's basically who you are, which again, brilliant way with Pluto being the main planet for esoterics and spiritual leaders. So
I'm a diplomat with a chainsaw. Is that
yes, sometimes.
Okay.
So, so here are our universal archetypes over Pluto in each zodiac sign. Did it make sense?
Yes, it did. It did. That was great.
Any questions from anybody else? Joe, did it
No.
make sense what I said?
Absolutely, yeah, it did. That was really good. Thank you.
No problem.
You can use it in your studies, absolutely, whatever you want to do. That's fine with me.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, so I haven't finished with your Scorpios yet. So we talked about our what you share as archetypes as Scorpios. We dressed up your high priestess into the characteristics of a zodiac sign. But there are other differences as well. Do you remember at the beginning, I also told you that we have minor arcana. Also, I will link them to your date of birth. And they depict the situations you, based on this card, maybe face more than others. So again, here we have we have Emma and Joe sharing one card. Julian, you have a different one, I'll tell you. Okay, 5 of Cups, situations we deal. Interesting here. So sometimes, again, emotional, nuclear energy, high priestess, Pluto, might send us on a roller coaster and we might feel disappointed. Okay. So we have these 3 cups in front of us and 2 cups behind us. And here is the saying you need to think, is your glass half empty or half full? Okay. Because you should always remember about these 2 ones behind you. Your glass should always be half full, and you should never ever get pessimistic. Don't forget, you have a massive guardian angel, your high priestess. She has it under control. So when the earthly situation of disappointment comes your way, remember these 2 cups behind you. Okay. And also, people of 5 of Cups, sometimes you tend to dwell on the past a lot, and you think things in the past were better than things in the future. Forget it, because dwelling on the past is not going to help. Okay, you have these 2 cups, they are full. Just move on. And you should not be nostalgic. Well, we all nostalgic, but you shouldn't be the goal of your life. Okay, hope that made sense. So, Julie, for you, we have 7 of Cups. If the girls' cups, 3 empty, 2 full, sometimes they can decide you have all 7 in front of you. And the problem here with this situation, which one do I pick? So sometimes life gives you the situations where you cannot decide and focus your energy on basically what do I go for? Because going for all 7 cups all together sometimes is not reaching any of them. Okay. So it's that making the right choice and focus your emotional energy in the right direction. So, and also precaution is not to live in a fantasy world. Despite all your fantastic intuition, reality is the reality. So that's another precaution to say. Okay. And as I said, and the last thing is the court cards. So based on your date of birth, again, Emma and Joe, you share the same. And I'm using Aleister Crowley's court cards. I have a reason. The court cards of Rider-Waite deck, and that's a fact, history fact, are horrible and they're not fit for purpose. Arthur did it on purpose as part of Golden Dawn School. He basically didn't know people to know what it means. So he just asked Pamela Smith to draw something. So which actually doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That's why for court cards, especially for this session, I am using Aleister Crowley. They're the closest to Golden Dawn, and they actually do make sense. So, okay, so here we have a beautiful Prince of Cups, the Prince of the Chariot of the Waters. So the personality, Emma and Joe, as how you actually present yourself to other people and how you behave. You are very subtle. You are very artistic people, crafty. Sometimes you can be secretive. You are very powerful because don't forget, it's still a prince. It's riding an eagle. Power is there massively. You are very affectionate. Sometimes you can pause a bit because you have this desire to stabilize. You are not just running, which is great. The advice of that is for you is when dealing with others, for this type of personality, it's vital for you to find the common ground and listen actively and avoid any misinterpretation. For you to actually click with people, you need to have something in common. So, and you need to be a good listener. And sometimes Princes of Cups on the negative side, especially when they're upset, plus with your Pluto inside, avoid trying to be sarcastic, because that can ruin all of this positive energy. You need to try and get this, Plutonic energy under control and try and avoid it, because it's a great card. Julia, you in terms of personality, you're all fire here in terms of that. In terms of sometimes behavior, remember your 7 cups, sometimes you don't know which one to choose. You are on a horse, you are fire of fire. So, and it's sometimes it's great, you can act quickly, and sort of you're very generous, you are very courageous. However, try and think everything you do, you still need to give it a thought. Fire can burn. It needs to bring some thinking inside. And, you just need to ease off that fire. Okay. So it's quite important not to lose it in the moment, and trying still to act quickly, but with thought and care. Okay. So these are the Scorpios, and this is just an example how I took one planet out of 10 of your horoscope, and I tried and tell you the story using the tarot card about your personality, your characteristics, and basically your patterns of behavior. And that's how any planet or any prediction for the future can be described using astrology and tarot. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on. I do feel very fiery. I do feel like a fire. Yeah, I call it dragon. Dragon energy. Yeah.
Okay, so did it all make sense? Are we okay to go ahead, or do we have any questions? Because let's have a little break for questions.
Yeah. Has anybody got a question they'd like to share?
No?
I missed a little bit because I thought you were talking. I was trying to make notes. I missed because I thought you were talking about Julia, the one before the personality card. What was that one for me and Emma? Sorry,
The
that
Five
one.
of
Yeah.
Cups.
Yeah, so I thought you were talking about Julia for that, you see, so it didn't
No,
make
no,
any
Julia cannot even decide sometimes. She's got too many in front of her, and you sometimes regret about the ones overturned in front of you. And was my advice. Never dwell on the past. You don't always remember. You always have two behind you, fool.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay. Shall we move on?
Yeah. Who's next?
Right. Well, I've got Lee next.
Okay.
So, okay, once again, we will be using exactly the same pattern. So, Lee, you were born on the border between the signs of Sagittarius and Capricorn. So you have got qualities of both, because you are basically what we call on cuspid, and it's quite a mutable transformation sign. You can use both, but I'll still use you as a Sagittarius with some Capricorn qualities, okay?
Yep.
So as a Sagittarius, with Scorpios, our ruler was Pluto. With Sagittarius, the ruler of the chart is Jupiter. Pluto was our inner nuclear force, inner how we deal with crisis. Jupiter is our inner development manager. So Jupiter is always about over and above. And Jupiter is responsible for our success, for our authority, for our high education. Jupiter is like Olympic Games. Jupiter was Zeus in ancient Greece. So he lived on the Olympus. So it's always striving and jumping over your own head, okay? But in tarot, Jupiter is the devil, because Jupiter is a planet, also gives you a lot of nice things, and it tests you like the devil. What are you going to do with them? Are you going to get addicted? If you, I don't know, Jupiter gives you a lot of money. What are you going to do? Are you going to become horrible to other people? So Jupiter is all not good. That's why it's also devil. It's like, how do you deal with these temptations when you are given a lot? Can you keep it under control? And another card for Jupiter is the sun. Everybody's, a lot of tarologists saying, the sun, hooray, what a great card. Yes, it's great. But again, it's a naked child on a horse, and who can be easily burned by the sun. And the deep meaning of it is basically, be careful, because yes, Jupiter can expand your horizons and can give you a lot, but don't fall off that horse and don't get burned by the sun. Okay. So now, where is your Jupiter? Your Jupiter in the zodiac sign of Gemini. And as I said, some planets feel at home, some planets don't feel very well where they are at the moment you were born. So Jupiter in Gemini is in exile. It's not the most favorable Jupiter position, and I'll explain what it means. It's Gemini is a very changeable zodiac sign. They change their mind all the time. They sometimes try and focus on 150 things at once without actually taking the path. And Jupiter, that's why Jupiter is uncomfortable. Jupiter wants you to take something and develop it to perfection, whereas Gemini is giving you hundreds of things, and you're trying to do all of them. And again, none of it probably sometimes gets to a perfect result Jupiter would want from you. So you are loved by many people. You are heart and soul of the company. You walk into the room, everybody loves you. But again, for you, to find the actual deep affection probably needs more work, because sometimes we don't want to be loved by everybody. We want to be loved by, I don't know, 1 or 2 people. And again, we need to work on it and focus our attention. So whatever, as I said, Jupiter is over and above. Jupiter is higher education. It's traveling abroad. I would recommend, no matter what you choose to do, you shouldn't be doing it Gemini way. You should think, right, okay, I've mastered the basics of 1, 2 things, and now I will enhance on that slowly, but it will bring me a fantastic result. Because if your attention is distorted and you are not focused, it won't get anywhere, basically. So again, that would be my advice. Again, that is very proven by your Minor Arcana card, 10 of Wands. Too much. Sometimes, Lee, it's too much. Sometimes you cannot say no to other people. Sometimes you don't concentrate on yourself. You do things for others, but it's hard for you. Sometimes it gets too much and too many things at once. Basically, the advice here is please have your time. And if it's hard, just say it's hard. And please learn to say no to people. Because at the end of the day, to expand your own horizon using your Jupiter, you need to, as this devil, be selfish. It's as simple as that. Not all the time, but find this balance. In terms of the court card, you are the beautiful Queen of Pentacles, and that's where you are these Capricorn qualities, not Sagittarian, the Queen of the Thrones of the Earth. So you are very kind, motherly, affectionate person, great-hearted, hardworking, but remember, 10 of Wands, please don't do it too much, otherwise you'll burn. You're a very intuitive person. You are practical, you are sensitive, and sensible. You love nature. Sometimes you might be too down to earth, but yeah, you've got these fantastic qualities of both Sagittarius and Capricorn, which you can use together. The nice, fiery, adventurous nature, especially ruled by Jupiter, with your nice, earthly, grounded nature of Capricorn, okay? And basically, yeah, the advice I would give, if we're talking especially about relationships, mutual attraction, respect, and receptiveness are the foundation of an enduring relationship for yourself. So that would be like my comment about the Queen of Pentacles. Lee, have you got any questions for me? Does it all make sense?
I can't really say that it does.
Right. Well, okay.
I'm coming away confused.
Okay. So what's confusing? Because as I said, we try and not get confused.
Well, that just it. Some of it sounds like me. Some of it doesn't sound like me. I don't normally run with the Capricorn part of me, and my partner happens to be a Gemini.
Okay. But we're talking about you here. We're talking about your Jupiter, your characteristics. I am not saying you do run with the Capricorn. I've just given the advice for you to have that balanced nature. That probably would be the advice, to combine the two. And that was my message to yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, because as I said, we are not talking, that's exactly what you do. It's looking at your chart.
Yeah.
What are your strong points? And that's the message I'm delivering. So if you are not using it, maybe you should think of start using it. And then you know, maybe the focus will change and the path will slightly change.
Yeah.
Because if you have both by birth, you basically have got both tools. One you obviously put in a drawer and not using it, you're using just one. The second tool, if you take it out of your Capricorn nature, just will enhance your personality and your goals. And that is my message.
I've never actually managed to get a full reading before.
Okay, well, maybe a full reading just to look at your whole personality, because we only talked about like tip of an iceberg, would really help, because as I said, sometimes your focus is sort of hazed a bit, and you probably need a more precise direction. And yeah, using the Capricorn nature, that would really help. So
Yeah, I struggle to focus. I can never pick
yeah,
what it is
and
I
that's
want
what
to
I
do.
described why, yeah, Jupiter in Gemini gives you that personality, but you can work on it. And that's what I said, to work on it and improve it, you need to try and be more focused and more grounded, okay, and patient. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, we can take it offline if you have more questions. I'm just cautious a bit about time. Thank you, Lee. Right.
Thank you, Anna.
No problem at all. Right. Have we got Suzanne?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. And apologies, as I said, if we can do everybody, but yeah, it's obviously.
Yeah, we weren't exactly sure how it would go, and but you're doing great. Thank you so much.
Okay, I cannot go quick. Okay, we have Suzanne. We have a beautiful, quite unique Aquarius. Why I say that? Because like in astrology, there are two zodiac signs that stand out of us normal human beings. I'm a Taurus, I'm a normal human being. But there are Aquariuses and Pisces. They are, from astrological point of view, quite unique. So, and really love talking about them because they really differ from the other 10. Okay, so Suzanne, Aquarius, and some zodiac signs have got two major arcana cards, but some have got one. I don't have time to go into details why, just please take my word for it. So, in terms of the universal principles here for Aquarius, the ruler is Uranus, a planet of our inner revolutionary, our inner rebel, how we come out of our comfort zone, our independence, everything progressive. That's Uranus. And in tarot, that's the star, classed as one of the best cards in tarot. And the reason being is this woman knows she's learned her lessons. She hasn't been like that all the time. She's learned her lesson, what she needs, she keeps that, and what she doesn't need, she pours it away. Not all of us can do that, because sometimes we, again, dwell on the past, hang on to old stuff, old relationships, old jobs. And for a lot of us, it's difficult to reach the star condition in our life. But not for Aquariuses. They actually are natural to let things go. If they don't, then they obviously need to work on themselves, because they should do. Okay. And Suzanne, your Uranus is in an earthly side of Virgo, so which is great actually. Your a rebel, even if you want to rebel, you still do it in a sort of pedantic, structured manner and thorough. You don't, I don't know, chuck your toys out of the pram and run away and join the circus. You even getting rid of these old things from your past and knowing exactly what you want, you do it in a calmly structured manner. Also, your Uranus is in your 6th house, so mainly you apply these qualities of yourself in your routine life, in your responsibilities at work. But you have quite unique qualities because you can actually see, or if you haven't developed it yet, please try and learn to develop it, see the hidden sense in any detail, what others can't. And it can be ordinary. It can be a chair, but you will see, I don't know, a face on it or something else. It can be Mona Lisa in the Louvre, but you will go and find the detail nobody else has ever noticed. You find this uniqueness in what others will think, oh, well, I've seen that 100 times, but you bring a completely different view on a subject, and which can actually shift the whole perspective of what this thing is all about. So yeah, quite unique qualities. In terms of situation, 6 of Swords, not afraid of any change. You are extremely clever, educated person with a very wide life outlook. Again, them two go together. The woman got rid of what she wants, jumps on a boat, but again, rationally, not on a horse, on a boat, slowly, slowly. We don't know what's on the next show, but we're still going there. You've got fantastic analytical mind, and you normally come to the right conclusions. Your court card is the Prince of Swords. So the Prince of the Chariot of the Winds. Again, intellectual, clever, full of ideas. Sometimes you can be overly cautious, and I wouldn't advise people to get on the wrong side of you, because one of the downsides, you can sometimes come out as harsh and difficult to understand person. You don't mean it, but because this whole personality, Uranus is air, Aquarius is air, Prince of Swords is air, it's all about analytical mind. And some people might think that you are, I don't know, cold-hearted and not listening to them. So I would advise to bring a little bit more emotions into your life, because all this mind and the intellect is fantastic, but bring yourself a little bit of water, a little bit of calmness, and understand also when I show these court cards to you guys, can you imagine we as these characters all interact with one another, and the Prince of Swords probably with the Knight of Wands will not be friends. So when we say why, well, that's why we are different. So we need to either sort of walk away nicely and don't expect them to be like us. We're all different, even with very few examples I've just given to you. Okay. Suzanne, any questions?
No. Yeah, I can see myself in quite a lot of that, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sometimes I'd be, shocked that people can't see things that I can see.
Well, yeah. Now you know why.
Now I know why. Yeah. And sort of that something seems so obvious, but not to everybody else. Yeah. And that's the reason.
And again, as I said, guys, we're only looking at one planet out of your whole horoscope. Can you imagine how complex our personalities are, and how, as I said, astrology and tarot can really unpack it all? So yeah.
Wow, thank you so much. That's brilliant. Thank you, Anna.
No problem at all. Right.
We're on nearly 9 o'clock. How are
Yeah.
you for time? Do you need to rush off, or are you okay? Or yeah.
I'm fine. I mean, are we all right? I've got Catherine and Ellie.
Yeah, I did send you for Corinna. I sent you her natal on your WhatsApp now. I've sent you her chart. So which shows that like
We
her
don't have time to
sun
do
is in
it in
Taurus
live.
and the moon is in Pisces and things like that. So but I don't know if you'll get time to do, but yeah, okay.
Not as part of this session, because
No
obviously I need to look at my stuff
Yeah,
first. Are we still okay to do Kathy and Ellie, or Kathy, Ellie, would you like that? Because if you don't and you have to go somewhere, we won't, and you can contact me offline.
Yeah, no, I'm fine for
No,
time.
I'm fine as well, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, would you like me to do? Okay, that's brilliant. Okay.
Yes, please.
No problem at all. Right, so who have we got next? Let's do Kathy. Right, okay. Well, welcome to the Tsar of the Jungle and Lion King. We have Kathy, and she is a Leo. Sun, like all other planets, we are classed sort of as zodiac signs like Scorpio or whatever, because our sun is in this position. But Sun only rules one zodiac sign, like Pluto rules Scorpio, Jupiter rules Sagittarius, Sun rules Leo. So only in one zodiac sign out of 12, Sun is at home, and that's in Leo. Okay. So, and Sun is our inner leader. It's our personality. It's how we express ourselves. And Sun in Leo is obviously at home, and the person normally is a confident, creative, powerful, generous, and vibrant person. It's a sunny person because sort of kissed by the sun. And the advice is definitely try to be inspiring, because Leos can really inspire others. They're fantastic leaders. They have very good, strong will. Look at the strength. Look how she's not torturing the lion. It's basically all the forces under control, or should be if they're balanced. So your Sun in Leo, again, it's only one card, like with Uranus. It's in your 9th house, and 9th house is always about traveling abroad. It's about higher education. It's some completely new adventurous experience. So you mainly apply your personality there, because you always, for hunt, or I would say you should be, for new experiences. And you have this constant desire to understand the world around you and your place in it. And that's, I suppose, the key message. Obviously, the warning about Leo and Sun in Leo and all Leos is don't be too overpowering. Yeah, you got it all. It's great, but others might not. So don't boast too much. Don't try not to be too selfish. And, then I suppose this great balance will be part of your life, because you are a natural leader. Just try not to be a selfish one. Okay. In terms of the situations, what situations you deal with better than other people, here is your 7 of Wands. You have these fantastic powers, and again, if you don't use them, please know you do have them. when you can mobilize all your energy and use it, you will fight. You can protect yourself, your nearest and dearest. You can actually overcome hardships. And as I always describe this card, is the last survivor in a plane crash. Okay, so it's so much sun energy and endurance in you that actually you are capable of a lot of things. You have this sunny energy in you. Please use it, but not too much to your advantage. Share it with others as well. Okay. And because you are the last sort of third decan of Leo, you also are sort of giving your powers to the next zodiac sign, to Virgo. So that's why your court card is a little bit more earthly. It's the Knight of Pentacles, the Lord of the wide of fertile land, and the King of the spirits of the earth. All the names I say, they are regional Golden Dawn names for the court cards. So you are very patient, you have strong instincts, you are a reliable person, hardworking, practical. The warning here is you sometimes can slow down and become inactive when there is no that sunny fire in your belly. So please try not to stand still for too long. Otherwise, that sunny energy is wasted. So sometimes you might feel discomfort with emotions because, yes, your energy is great, you're earthly, but emotions can be tricky to handle. My advice to you would be that your good fortune depends on actually setting the achievable goals and taking measured steps and attending to detail. It's so good if we have this sunny energy, we can, you know what, I want to do that. But where is the goal? The problem of people, they say, oh, I want to do that. What is the outcome? What outcome would you like? Do you understand the steps you need to take towards this goal? But hopefully, them two combined, your sort of Leo qualities and behavioral, earthly Knight of Pentacles should give you a fantastic combination of get an idea, form the goal, formulate the steps, get there. Yes, maybe slowly, not very fast, but the outcome would be great. Okay? Did I make sense, Kathy? Hopefully I did. Okay.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself then. Yes, it did make sense. Thank you very much. It was very good. Very good.
Well,
Yes.
no problem, Kathy. And last but not least, we have Ellie. Hello, Taurus. I'm a Taurus. We're the best, of course. I'm joking. Okay, so the ruler of the Taurus is Venus, and that's our inner lady. It's a very female planet. She is all responsible for our feelings, partnerships, our likes, dislikes, beauty. It's a planet of art. It's a beautiful planet. So, and but yeah, what is your inner lady? And in tarot, Venus is the Empress. Okay, so well, let's dress her up for yourself. Your Venus, I know I didn't have your time, Ellie, but I did some rectification, and no matter, as long as it's on the 16th, the zodiac sign doesn't change, so we're fine here. It's definitely Venus. Sorry.
I keep asking my mum, and out of the four of us, I'm the only one she can't remember, but my mum has just between 4 and 9.
It's fine. I mean, for probably other, like looking at natal chart on other planets, no, but Venus is definitely, your Venus is in Aries.
Okay.
So our Empress, what is she like? How will we address her? Aries is a very fiery sign. So the Empress and the Venus here, she's very active. She's energetic, sometimes forceful. And this Venus, when she's in love with anything or anyone, can't see anything else. Normally, it absorbs you, the feeling, the idea, because Aries is it's the first zodiac sign, very fiery. I have the goal, I see no obstacles. I want that and everything and now. So, so you have to be careful here sometimes, because you can be absorbed in this feeling. And that does not necessarily mean the relationships. It can be anything you do. So if it's linked to Venus, so you need to understand that also, obviously, for example, if it's a partnership, your partner might feel completely different and actually they are there. So otherwise, that love can become quite selfish. It can be great. It can be overpowering, but you need to be careful it doesn't burn you and your partner, because it's a little bit fiery, let's put it this way. The problem is, can you imagine, it's like a firework party, and then fireworks are gone and you think, oh, okay, so what happens now? Why do I have these wounds? Why? Because it's all very quick, very fast. So sometimes you need to say to your Venus and Empress, slow down, think first, don't just go with first impulse, and don't be impulsive. That would be my massive recommendation. And actually, the second card for Venus is justice. It's the balance. A happy Venus is a balanced Venus. She needs to understand that there is you and there is the other one, and only if you adjust to one another, that partnership and that beautiful inner lady of yours will be happy. Okay, if she is too concentrated on herself and selfish, like an Aries, this balance might suffer and struggle. Okay, so spontaneous is great, but it needs to be the right moment and the right time. And we need to think when is all right to be spontaneous and when not, especially when we pick a partner in love or thing we want to do in our or with our life. Okay. So, and that's proven by the situations you face sometimes. 7 of Pentacles. You need to choose wisely and don't rush, because sometimes what you might lack is patience. You want something so badly and you want it quickly that you can't wait for the harvest to grow. This patience, you're lacking it. You just want the result now or too soon. And that's what you sometimes need to work with yourself and learn, saying, right, okay, I simply need to wait for a bit longer than I was originally prepared to. And then, then the result will come. And please don't feel pessimistic, because sometimes 7 of Pentacles, they can think first obstacle and they think, you know what, I just don't want to do it anymore. I'll just try and do something else. And that might end up, try something else with the same, then try something else, and nothing sort of comes to a nice logical end. So I would advise to probably, I'm not saying you are not, but if you sometimes feel it, what I've just described.
Yeah, no, it's spot on.
So just try and put your Empress back on the throne, okay? Let you sit down still a little bit and think. And then things will come, because again, your court card, Knight of Swords, it's quick to act, it's fierce, it's courageous. But sometimes it can be way so domineering. You need to focus your thinking and persist in perceiving your goals without frustration until you basically bring them into some sort of fruition. So fantastic qualities, just use them wisely. Okay. So Ellie, that was you. Any questions?
Probably, but no, I can I can take a lot of that on board, to be honest, especially with where I'm at the moment.
Okay.
With trying to sort things out.
Thank you. Yes, Julia, I know we've overrun.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, no, that was amazing. Thank you.
I hope it was worth it, and
yeah.
you guys enjoyed it.
How long would a full reading normally be with somebody? Would that be at least an hour? Or
when you say full reading, what exactly do you mean?
Yeah, if someone was to book in with you, what kind of reading would they get if they wanted to go deeper?
Well, first of all, the services I offer, I can do the full astrological natal chart. That's a big job. So I need exactly what you provided, and I will probably need 48 hours to prepare it. And the actual session will take 2.5 hours.
Wow,
it's a big story, and I need some time in advance because it's a lot to do.
Yeah.
The solar reading I mentioned, which is basically looking at your life from astrological perspective in the 12 spheres of life for the next 12 months. This reading is minimum an hour. Sometimes if there are a lot of questions, it can be an hour and a half. But I also do normal standard readings. If I still use, obviously, in my head my astrological correspondences, but you won't know that. You will just get a reading, relationships or work or whatever. But yeah, it depends on what you want, or if we can tailor-made it, because I need to understand what the outcome you want, and we can build something that suits you to answer your questions in the best way possible.
Yeah. And you're based in York. Do you do in-person readings in York, or is it mainly at events that you do readings?
Online. I've got clients all over the world. I teach online as well. So it's online, but obviously I can do face-to-face if that's not too far. So I mean, if it's an event and it's a group, I can travel. So and do like a group reading face-to-face.
That sounds good.
Or welcome to York.
Let everybody know your website or your Facebook page. How can people reach you if they want to go deeper with that?
I've got a Facebook page which you haven't shared, I suppose, Julia.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'll add it onto the video.
Yeah. So, and all my contact details are there. Please contact me via WhatsApp or call me, or please.
Okay. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. We really enjoyed that.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Very different to anything that we've done before, so that's brilliant.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.